There's a reason so many general partners, those who carry the weight of deals, trusts, and futures, are burning out at an alarming rate. It's not just the long hours or the pressure that makes it unbearable. It's deeper than that. It's the constant invisible fight against a system designed to squeeze brilliance into a neat little box and then crush it when it shows signs of breaking free. Every day, those partners wake up knowing that their real job isn't just growing portfolios or managing funds, but wrestling with an unending storm of doubts, expectations, and the silent isolation that comes with playing a role nobody really prepared them for. It's a life, or maybe a trap, that demands everything while offering very little in return. Most hear the advice to grind harder, to network smarter, or balance better, but none of that scratches what's real here. What these wear down to the bone is their soul's quiet scream to be something more than just a cog in someone else's machine. The burnout isn't coming from doing too much. It's coming from trying to be someone they're not. It's the exhaustion of constantly proving worth according to rules they didn't write while their own inner fire slowly dims. It's inside the general partner tag, inside the late nights and the endless meetings, inside the smiles that mask the fatigue, where the real damage hides. It's a battlefield, and most fight it alone because no one else sees the cracks behind that polished exterior. What if the real reason isn't about working less or delegating more? What if the cure lies in something almost everyone refuses to admit? The world around them is built to silence the very kind of minds they represent. The world wants safe bets. It wants numbers, not visions. It rewards conformity, not courage. This isn't just a job problem. It's a trap laid out by a system that fears the few who dare to burn brighter. Every hour spent navigating office politics or chasing approval is a step deeper into a cage that feels gilded but is suffocating. Their genius isn't missing. It's ignored, misunderstood, or made irrelevant by a culture that prizes comfort over creation. The worst part? Many GPs don't realize the fuel they desperately seek, meaning connection, real power, doesn't exist within their traditional circles anymore. They sit surrounded by peers who are as exhausted and disillusioned as they are, locked into competition and comparison instead of collaboration. They're stuck in a loop where nothing about their environment feeds the spark they were born to ignite. This is why burnout isn't just tiredness. It's a deep loneliness, a void where purpose used to be. The system they mastered doesn't serve the radical energy they actually need to thrive, because the system itself is an illusion pretending to be freedom. But here's the brutal truth that no one else dares say out loud. The burnout will never be fixed by tweaking the old game. It's a signal that the game itself is broken. So, why keep playing by rules that were never meant to hold you? Why exhaust yourself twisting into shapes that don't fit your true self? The first step out of this spiral is an internal rebellion, a refusal to accept that the path of least resistance is their only choice. The second is clarity, understanding exactly what's starving their soul and what can feed it again. The third is action, but not the usual advice that leads right back to the trap. It's radical and often uncomfortable, but it's the only way. Start by realizing that your greatest power is sovereignty over your own mind and energy. Sovereignty means no longer surrendering your will to expectations you didn't consent to. It means reclaiming the right to question everything, not just the market or your next deal, but the very structures you've been living by. Did someone teach you that burnout is just part of the hustle? Challenge it. Did they convince you competition is the only way forward? Rethink it. The power is in breaking these chains first in your mind, because the external world can only hold what you allow. Next, choose transformation. This isn't about small improvements or better time management hacks. It's about redefining your reality so that it fits your true self, not the one the system demands. This means bold decisions, perhaps walking away from safe deals that drain you, focusing on partnerships that ignite your passion, even if they seem unconventional, and embracing uncertainty over false security. It means creating space to think without distraction, to connect deeply with people who truly see you not as an asset or a title, but as a blazing individual with unique power. Surround yourself with these few, not the many who drain your energy with jealousy or shallow competition, but those rare colleagues who fuel your fire and expand your vision. Patience is the third pillar because this kind of shift, this becoming, is not fast or easy. The real breakthroughs hide behind long struggles, quiet perseverance, and often walking alone when others take the highway. Eternal rewards come to those who play the long game, who see past immediate gains and embody slow, deliberate growth in mind and spirit. Burnout is tempting because it pushes you to quit too early or numb yourself with false comfort. Resist that temptation. The survivors, the true game changers, are those who learn to hold the tension of being misunderstood, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. What power emerges from this process is unlike anything the tired routines of old capitalism can offer. It's not just about managing funds or closing rounds. It's about wielding your will as a tool to create realities others don't dare imagine. It's about turning isolation into synergy, transforming misalignment into unstoppable force through alliances that honor difference, not erase it. Imagine a network, not a crowd, not a client list, of fiercely independent general partners and investors who share this vision, who refuse to be small anymore, who trust each other's fire to build something profoundly new. This isn't some utopian fantasy. It's the solution the old system forgot to provide because it never wanted this kind of power unleashed. This is a call to those who hear that low, internal hum of discontent, the feeling that says, "There's more ahead. This is not the end for me." That restlessness, that tension, that yearning isn't weakness. It's a signal, a messenger urging action. Don't silence it with distractions or false fixes. Instead, lean into it. Let it guide you to a new way, where freedom isn't a slogan, but a lived experience of radical choice, where your work is an expression of your essence, not a sacrifice of it, where you build not for survival, but for transformation. Burnout will not vanish with better coffee or smarter calendars. It will die only when you reclaim your autonomy, question the stories sold to you about success and risk, and align with those who dare to burn as fiercely as you. It will die when you stop being a prisoner of the illusions that tether you and start building the infrastructure for the rare, the misunderstood, and the limitless. Others might want you to conform, to blend in, to accept less. But those who hear this have the opposite destiny, to light the way by embodying something the world has almost forgotten, unstoppable, sovereign, and unwilling to settle. Now is the moment to start shedding worn-out assumptions, to tear down the facades that exhaust you, to reject the life that was borrowed from someone else's dream. The real work is to become the kind of general partner who leads not only with capital, but with a liberation of self. To kindle a network where brilliance doesn't just survive, but thrives, where your fire connects with others' sparks and sets the world ablaze with possibility. Every second spent waiting is a second of your power lost to illusions. Burn brighter by turning outward to find those rare few who match your fire inward. That is the revolution. That is the escape from burnout. That is the future only the bravest will shape.